Hi, our name is Leander and Leander and our channel is called Leander Times Two. And the last 2 weeks we helped out at a primary school in Thailand, Bangkok, teaching little children a bit of the English we know. But first let me explain why we wanted to help people and what our motivation was. I think a lot of you sometimes have these flashes where you get extremely thankful for everything you have. You get to realize once again how precious the life is that you have been given and that it is so rare to be born under such good circumstances in comparison to the rest of the world. You do not suffer under any physical threat and you don't have to worry about tomorrow. Being motivated by thoughts like this, we were thinking about giving something back to people who could benefit from things we've learned so far. Thailand is a country where the middle class was on the rise the last decade. Especially due to the profits of the large amount of tourism in Bangkok, the population is developing. Because of this development and the inclusion in the global market, English as a world language has become way more important to the citizens. A lot of the elders can't speak English, which makes it difficult for their children to learn. So it's the job of public institutions and especially schools to fill this gap and prepare the children properly for the future. We thought, we know a little English, why not try to give something back from the things we've learned so far? After organizing everything with the primary school Wat Hong Ratanaram, we finally could start. I think it's best to start with our daily routine. First, waking up in the morning at around 8, because the English lessons were usually after 9:30 am. Getting ready, showering and then preparing the lessons of the day.
Vielleicht könnten wir das so machen. Was hältst du davon, wenn wir das und dann kommt der andere noch dazu? So die Kinder dran nehmen.
Hi, now we're in our classroom.
Kids are just about to arrive.
So we have just to do some little preparations that are coming. Oh my god.
Yeah, good.
And now after these 2 hours we are already done for the day. But we have free time and can explore the city on our own. During the lessons we focused mostly on vocabulary. That means getting to know what they already know about the topic, for example animals, and add more words to this section. Always focused on repetition and with the goal that they maybe even speak 1 or 2 full sentences. So very basic lessons only. But we always tried to make the tasks harder if the children were in a higher grade. The next obvious thing that made it harder for us is the language barrier. Teaching someone English in English isn't always very productive. That's why we tried to imitate the emotions and feelings we taught them and drew the animals on the board as often as possible. Good thing is we had a teacher who can speak English, who looked a little after us and gave us a hand when things almost got out of control. Now let's go over to the 1 or 2 points that still can be improved by the Volunteer Bangkok organization and the cooperation with the Wat Hong Ratanaram school. First, the work you have to do is very little. You only have to teach 1 or 2 hours a day. So if you come here with the expectation to really work and dive into the life of the school like we wanted to, not enough time is given to you. For somebody who wants a lot of free time and just a little bit of work next to visiting the city, this is the perfect call. But for us, it was just not enough time at the school and with the children. Like I mentioned earlier, almost nobody here speaks English. Nobody gives you an introductory or information about what your students already know. This requires that you have to be spontaneous and able to figure things out on your own. Luckily, the teacher that looked a little after us and the only person speaking English that we've met gave us advice on what we should teach and some answers to our questions. So, as a conclusion, yes, the work we did had an impact on the students. We had the feeling that they always left the classroom with things they didn't know before. No, you cannot change everybody's life here. You are not the one saving the children or bringing them the great future. But you can try to pass on what you know and do your best to give back some of the things you've learned. The school might not be in direct need of donations. The equipment is on a good level and they have enough students. But they need volunteers who continue the English teaching work, who maybe stay a bit longer than we did and help educating the kids in a foreign language. What we can definitely say is that the school and all the students were very thankful that we worked there. And at this point we can also say that we were very thankful to get the opportunity to work there and with the children. So, to the future volunteers out there, we all know that we cannot save the world with something like this, but we can try to give our best. It is a start, and definitely better than doing nothing. If you liked this video, you can have a look on our channel and maybe leave a subscription. Our trip isn't completely financed yet, so we still rely on your support. If you like our videos and want us to keep up the work, you can leave a donation on the first link in the description.